Just stepped outside and looked down in front of the garage. We've got a lifestyle in front of the garage. I guess if you want to call it a lifestyle. I'm never gonna look at my garage the same way. The front of my garage, where it all went down last night, unbeknownst to me and Natalie, one story above. The streets of San Francisco are like littered with crap. And sometimes you can just walk by it and not think about it. Sometimes I like to think about the stories behind each thing though. Like every banana peel and every piece of plastic and every little piece of paper was like manufactured somewhere by some machine or some person, or grown on some tree, and then it was picked by someone else and it was put on a truck and shipped. And each little thing is like part of this huge epic saga and story where, you know, it went around the world. Okay, it's the same thing with cars. A car like that one drives by and you think, oh, a car just drove by. But every person in every single car has like a whole life of stories and encounters and people. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about every person's story as they drive by. You have so many stories. What makes a great painter is not their ability to paint, but their ability to see. And so like a lot of the first step in like painting training is learning how to see things.
And if you've painted with me before, you know without question that we don't make mistakes here. We just have happy accidents. But you learn to use anything that happens.
It's like learning how to notice stuff that you wouldn't notice. Being able to see things that are unobvious, being able to notice things. I think that's a really important trait that applies to more than just painters. Jerry Seinfeld notices things. I remember this really awesome routine that he did where he talks about the little staple on the back side of the Halloween masks that you used to get when you were a kid.
Remember the rubber band on the back of that mask? That was a quality item there, wasn't it? That was good for about 10 seconds before it snapped out of that cheap little staple they put it in there with. You go to your first house, trick or snap, it broke.
He noticed that. He saw something that had disappeared in my memory that I hadn't been noticing anymore. And even maybe when I did notice it, I never paid attention to it, or I never thought anything of it, or I never saw any value in that staple or how it could be a funny metaphor for something. But he did. He noticed it. That makes him cool. It makes us see him as someone who notices things, and it's either funny or poignant or exciting or interesting. Noticing little details like that, man, it's just cool.